He has been in the game for over a decade.
Marketing, build rapport, learn sales.
In my mind, he's considered a master of motion graphics.
Some people don't know what motion graphics is at all.
How is it that you carve out a place for yourself financially with skills that you know that you have?
As a creative, there's going to come a point where Jamaicans can't pay you. One day, I saw the check. They decided to delete my page, pay somebody to hack my pages and delete them. Somebody wanted, somebody did, which is more. And
all right, sit up straight. It is time to listen to and or watch the bit rate. That's new intro, guys. Today I get the privilege of having a conversation with one of the unsung heroes of the content creation game. You've probably seen his work, you've been familiar with his work, but you don't actually know who he is. Today we're gonna take a step back and have a conversation with the person, right, behind all of this stuff. Welcome everybody in the studio audience. Trey Day. I wish I had like a live studio audience to make noise, but yeah, here we are. Is it actually Trey Day? It's
no, that's actually my alias.
okay. Do you want to share your government?
Nope.
Okay, so as far as you can tell, it is Trey Day.
It's straight A.
So we're gonna jump straight into it and start at the beginning. I think that's appropriate. I want to get a bit of a highlight reel of your origin story. When did motion graphics find you, or when did you find motion graphics?
Motion graphics. Initially, that developed from watching a lot of WWE.
Okay, that's an unlikely start for.
I
Yeah.
don't see the connection.
Yeah, you have to make that connection for us.
Yeah, I was very obsessed with how they. No, just watching it, you see how the names pop up.
Oh,
And the
okay.
advertisement running, just like FIFA. Sidelines, they have all those advertisements.
Me did just watch him and them get beat up. Man.
No, I was very
Yeah.
obsessed
I
with
was there for the women wrestling. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
when them come out with the.
No, the
No,
women
the
were
actual
wrestling.
females.
They were
Oh, okay.
female
Oh, my
wrestlers.
bad. So I guess y'all
people.
figured out what I was there for. But
Yeah.
yeah. So what was it that
Definitely WWE,
Mm-hmm.
especially their main events, they often have like 15-second snippets of when they're going to advertise a specific event,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll put effort into using motion graphics to do that. Alright, so funny enough, motion graphics isn't the first thing that I excelled in.
okay?
I am a graphic designer first.
Mm-hmm.
And then with all of those stuff now, I started drawing initially first, as
Okay.
in talent wise. I started drawing first, and then I started dancing.
Right.
And then from the dancing, I had to advertise that I dance, which led to graphic design. And then no, I wanted something different because everybody had flyers, so I wanted it to be motion. No, that was inspired by WWE, because when they advertise stuff, they don't just use a flyer, they use motion graphics. I never knew what that was called or how to do it, but I eventually figured it out, and now I'm here
Right. How long did that take?
to learn.
Yeah. When you started out wanting to make flyers to advertise that you dance. By the way, you should stalk his social media. You can see some of the dances. But when you decided you want to do this, what was it that was the hardest thing to learn initially?
Funny enough, it wasn't like a decision. It just came naturally.
Right.
It wasn't like, okay, I'm going to do this. Until now, I can't believe I'm actually still doing it because it comes natural.
So you're saying to me there was no challenge when you wanted to?
Not necessarily, because at the end of the day, I had no idea what I was doing. It was just cool, right? So, for instance, when we were in college, that's where the dancing really excelled. That's where we also learned videography. So we used to shoot on phones. But the first software I ever learned was After Effects. That's my very first initial software I learned. So I used to do VFX. The VFX was my first thing. So to jump from VFX to something like motion graphics, it's not a big leap because I started with the hard stuff first, right? And it trickled down. So that's how that started and excelled. The only challenge I really had was to get equipment.
Okay.
But again, we're doing it, but we have no idea what it's called. So like we couldn't go on YouTube and type in how to do motion graphics whenever it was called. We just knew that we want stuff to move. And this is the software that you used to do it.
So you had to just sit down for a long time and
And
just
sit down
and just play with it, figure it
play
out.
with it, and eventually we started doing research. And then we found out that, oh, this is called motion graphics. Because if you type in advertisement creation, motion graphics is not going to come up. The agency is going to come up, not the actual thing. So we went on and we did some research. I had two friends, Trevor and TJ. We did a lot of research. So through dancing now, we started to imply VFX and motion graphics. Again, we had no idea what it was called. It just looked cool because nobody else was doing it. Right? So we mixed all of those together: graphic design, motion graphics, photography, videography, and each of those skills or talents fit each other. I would just mix it, and I'm here now.
It's good that you mentioned that because now I'm curious as to when did you find out that you were good at this? Because I assume you were doing all of this in isolation. You're doing this with your
Yeah.
friends. You just wanted to.
Do something cool.
You wanted to do something cool. When
Yeah.
was it that you felt a little bit of, oh, I'm competent at this and I'm good enough that people probably recognize what I'm doing?
When my mom said, "That looks very good."
Okay.
When my mom looked at me like, "That is
Shout out to
actually
mommy.
cool."
Yeah, big up
shout
mommy.
out to mom.
And the validation.
Yeah, she's like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "Oh, you showed interest in what I'm doing." And then from that I started to take it and nurture it. And my first official job at a photo studio, I started to tell them that I could create ads, because now I'm comparing what I'm doing to what I'm seeing on TV, right? So I call it ads. It wasn't motion graphics, it was advertisements. And from there, I got to work with Muta Baruka.
Very first job from the, my God.
I got to work with Muta Baruka. He was doing this poet thing that they keep on a yearly basis. And my boss told him that I could do advertisements for the event, and I could also edit the videos for free. So I'm like, I'm trying to get paid, bro. He's like, no, man, you're big people. Man. You know, Jamaica, they think that everything can be paid in exposure. So that's where that took off. And I'm like, okay, if somebody like Muta Barako actually wants me to do something like this for him, that means that other people would want me to do stuff, right?
I want to take a few steps back to sort of paint a picture for the audience that's listening or watching at home. How long did it take you between WWE and getting that first photo studio job? How long was that between? Because in my mind, you were sitting in front of the TV one day, you downloaded After Effects, you started playing around, and then now you're working with Muta Baruka. I wanted to connect those things
Alright, so
for me.
that job, I got that job when I was around 17 or 16. And the love for it came when I was about 10.
Okay.
So I loved it, but again, we never had any tools
Yeah.
until I met my friends. My aunt bought me a laptop, but After Effects fried.
Yeah.
Fried it. Shell down the RAM.
Yeah.
Sounds
Shell
like
it down.
After Effects.
Yeah, it shelled down the RAM. My friend was the one who introduced me to After Effects and Photoshop. I never knew what those were. Right? So the first computer I got from my aunt, showed to my aunt, I run After Effects
up
on
auntie.
it. I run After Effects on it. Again, we don't know what these things are capable of. I don't know anybody who does this. Right? And we did this thing called Plexus Project, where I think it was the Galaxy S8 or S9 came out at the time, and they were tutting, and they had these shapes forming. I'm like, yo, I want to do that. That looks sick. And my friend was like, yeah, nah. I'm like, nah, we finna do it. And we did something like it. It was dope, but as we finished editing and to export, RAM went. So the time span after that, my sister bought me my first actual computer. Shout out Karina is the
Big up,
heart
Rena.
of
Big up you,
nation.
Rena.
Big up you, Rena.
Yeah.
Only for big up, we are big up today.
No, like Karina, out of everybody, she's the heart of nation. She ensured that I got what I wanted. So with the whole Muta Baruka thing now.
How did you approach them? Like, what was the first approach? Did they see something you did, or did you just say it?
No, that was all my boss. My boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the one with the links. And he's like, okay, because he hired me to do photography. And
So he just knew you were good at photography based on what you were
Yeah.
doing for dancing?
he took, when he was about to hire me, because I had to show him my portfolio,
Okay.
I I wanted to ensure that I had gotten a job, and so I showed him everything I could do because I
Oh,
can
okay.
draw, can edit videos, I can motion graphics. So it's like, okay, I can do all of this, but can you take photos though? I'm like, maybe. And he's like, okay, let me test you. And he gave me a camera, and he put down a tissue on a stand, and he says, take the photo of that. I'm like, okay, cool. So I took the photo. So he's like, oh, you tell me, say you never take pictures before, because I've never actually owned a camera or used a camera before. I use phones. So I'm like, I've never used a camera before. So he's like, and nobody taught you how to take a photo? I'm like, no. So he's like, okay, hold up. He called the other worker. He's like, take a photo of that worker. I'm like, okay. I took it. And he's like, nobody never teach a composition or anything. I'm like, for photography, no. But most of the composition, as I said, like I have an eye for it. Hence why I like art. So in art, I just contrast it to videography and photography, perspectives, all that stuff. So like, no. And he's like, I don't believe you. I don't want to hire liars. And I'm like, I'm not lying. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna try something else. And he connected. The first time I've ever worked with flashes, that's the time it was like, oh, you actually don't know what cameras really just have an eye for it. So I was like, no. So when I took the photos, it was blown out. Right? So like, okay, I'm gonna teach you to do that. But until then, let me see what else I can do. So about 2 weeks after that, after he hired me, he was talking to Muta Baraka. Right? So he often does photographer events, and he actually knows Muta Baraka personally. And I think Muta Baraka mentioned that he wanted videos to be edited and put on a CD. And he's like, I have a video editor. And then from that, he's like, yeah, I'm going to go to the event. I'm going to shoot photos and videos, and you're going to edit them. I'm like, but you're not paying me to be a video editor, though. He's like, that don't matter. So from there, now he told Muta Baruka that I could design an advertisement for him for the event, and I ended up designing it for him.
How long did that stint last? Were you working only with Muta, or were you working with other people through that Photoshop?
I was working with other people. Muta Baruka apparently was just a one-time thing. I was working with other people, mainly artists.
Okay.
So an artist to come to take photos. Again, the I had an Acer Nitro, so it was a flashy type of computer. So when they see me with a computer like that, they're like, "Oh, you're the graphics. It's load, right?" So I'm like, "Yeah, kinda." So they're like, "Okay, what can you do?" Now from there, now I went into creating cover arts
Okay.
for artists. So that's where that really elevated, because now I am able to put motion graphics to cover arts. Right? YouTube was popping off, so I started making visualizers, and then that took off, and then I did a animated video for Tommy Lee after that.
Like fully animated, or
It was a teaser. I think it was 30 or 40 seconds. He had a song that called Hard Days. So I made a lyric video for that one.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I drew it. I drew him, animated the words, animated some effects, animated some visualizer stuff. And then that now I got more jobs from
Right.
that. Right? So while I'm doing that, I'm still working at the photo studio. And that photo studio had 3 branches. So I was in 3 different parishes during the week. So I get to meet different people. And then people are like, okay, cool. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And from there, it's just
I want you to take me through the mindset, or maybe the emotions of being someone. Would you consider yourself, because you're obviously talented, but and you're confident enough to dance and show off your skills? Would you consider yourself a sort of extroverted people person to go around and like network and stuff like that?
I am, but it's I'm both extroverted and introverted.
Oh, okay.
I'm very to myself, but at the same time I can be all the way up there.
Right.
Confidence, everything. I'll be soft spoken now, and then next time I don't need a mic.
Right.
Right? But if if I like your vibe, it's easy to be an extrovert. It's very easy.
I feel that. The reason why I asked that question is because you're now exploding in popularity, I would say. Right? Your work is probably being seen by way more people than you have actually met in person.
Facts.
Right? People probably recognize like you at this point, I assume. I don't know if people like know you as the person who was doing all of these cover arts or these visualizers. Okay. When did that change for you? When were people starting to figure out, no man, who is the person who is doing this? This is cool, and I like this. When was it that the spotlight was turned on you?
I think about 3 weeks ago.
Fantastic. So
I think about 3 weeks ago.
I think this is a great time that this podcast existed because now we get to expose the man behind all of this awesomeness. So
Yeah.
for over a decade, you've been working with all of these people, doing fantastic work for brands that I know a lot of people know. But this is the first time that you've decided that you want to share like who you are. Why?
All right, so I had a very bad experience some years ago with my social media. I was popular, well known. In my parish, people knew my face. They knew me. But outside of that, people knew the brand. Cool. Most of my clients were overseas. Right? I used to work with YouTubers. So overseas people knew me, Jamaican people never really knew me. But something happened with an artist and they decided to delete my page, pay somebody to hack my pages and delete them. That sent me into depression. But aside from that, something happened with friends that I had. Something happened with friends that I had. Somebody wanted somebody dead,
Okay.
which is more. And that kind of backfired. So I decided, I tell you what, I've never liked the spotlight at all.
Right.
But from then I was like, nah. So with all that happening, I just went underground. So I've been working, but nobody knows my face. People know this logo more than anything else. Right? So I've been working underground from then, but it's on and off, consistent. So I stopped doing entrepreneurship and start actually working a job. Right? But it got annoying to the point where I'm like, I'm going to have to push this more marketing wise if I want to get back to where I was or higher than. Because when you create certain work or when certain people see you producing a certain level of something, they're going to be like, you don't belong here. Like, why are you here?
You're overqualified.
I've actually been told that already, that I'm overqualified. So I made the switch. I came back to Kingston because I used to live in Trelawney, and that's my home. I used to live in Trelawney, and I came to Kingston, and I started working at a printing and framing place here called Framework Jamaica, and again, there I got to exercise my motion graphics and graphics. So graphics has always been the core income generator. And then from there, I moved to iPrint Digital. So I started working in marketing and advertising. So from that now being iPrint, I've gotten to work with a lot of brands. So I'm creating the work again, but people don't know it's me because it's under a company name. So majority of my work is under a company name, not my name. And some of the ones that are under my name, I have to sign an NDA.
So you can't
I can't.
share anything that
Exactly.
So you can't even add that to your
To your
portfolio.
Portfolio. Funny you have to say that. Some of them I can, some of them I have, some of them I can't. But I never had a portfolio. I never had a portfolio.
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
I never created a portfolio. Like I can send you a link and you go and you see my work. It was just Instagram.
I want to delay some of the work-related frustrations and get into maybe some of the sauce for our audience.
No problem.
Most of whom I assume might be beginners or intermediate when it comes to motion graphics. What are some of the misconceptions that people have about motion graphics? And two, how do they get started?
All right. Some of the misconceptions about motion graphics is that it doesn't even have a concept.
Tell me more.
Some people don't know what motion graphics is at all. Like they don't know what it actually is. Right? They will see it, but it's one of those things that you see, but you don't take the time to wonder what it is. So just like what I mentioned, most of the inspiration comes from WWE. Most people like we see motion graphics in the WWE.
Right, they won't make the connection.
Will make the connection, even though it says motion graphics. It's literally graphics in motion, right? So for me, where would I tell them to start? Learn how to design. Once you learn how to design, just like anything else in life, you're going to want more, right? So once you lock down the concepts of design, somewhere along the line you're going to want it animated, especially in today's day where everybody's span is so short. You want something that's different, because that was my core. I wanted something different, right? So learn how to design, and you can do your research because it's literally everywhere.
Can you, for people who are maybe who have a harder time, because I want to make things dead simple, can you break down what it might mean to someone when you tell him to go and just go design something? What do I physically do if I want to go learn design?
All right.
Like, I just go draw, when you have a piece of paper, you draw the sun, you draw like an arc on the corner, and you draw the little. Is that me designing? Because I've done that like 1,000 times.
That it actually is. Funny enough, you can actually find a market for that.
Okay, do I tell me how much time? You sit down and draw Dragon Ball Z, Muslim,
Oh, hundreds
Bridging,
of times.
the amount of
Times. As a kid,
you said that on your big,
bro,
on your small.
a Vegeta transformed.
Yeah, you see the little fire on it. Is that
Yeah.
is that design?
that's art.
Okay.
But it's a
I'm an
form of
artist then.
design. That's art.
I'm a graphical.
All right. So, I'm being facetious here, but I'm being funny about it. But
No, for real. Like I started drawing cars.
Okay.
Cars was my thing. We used to draw box cars because I grew up in a car family. We used to race cars,
right.
so I love cars.
Okay.
So if you love something, again, it started off with drawing.
Oh,
So I
okay.
say start with drawing, right?
You know,
And
I
then
draw one time, like legit.
One time.
One time.
I used to draw comics.
I could draw faces. And
I used to-
people.
Yeah.
I couldn't like look at you and draw you.
Yeah.
But I could draw a person's face and it make look like
Look
a
like
real person.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went to art class, CXC, what grade 9 or something like that. And then tell me say, oh, what you know, you have to draw the circle and then you draw
Yeah.
The line.
and they lost me.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I put on art right there.
I think that's a thing as well. When it comes to studying, when it comes to passion, I personally don't tell anyone to go to college to study it.
Was it something that you studied formally?
No, I didn't study it.
Oh, okay.
None of my passions were studied.
Okay.
They just appeared
Right.
until I met Chris Brown. That was crazy.
Wow.
But
You met Chris Breezy.
He met
yeah,
Chris
I'm
Breezy.
yeah.
Yeah.
When he came to Jamaica, I met him. But when I discovered him,
You know he's my cousin, right?
Yeah.
that's great. That's great.
I just want y'all to know that.
Yeah.
No problem. He did a video that's called "I Can Transform You."
Yeah.
That's filled with VFX.
Yeah.
Again, obsessed. Because again, that's just different. You know, it's different. What do you mean by you can transform from a person to a car?
Yeah.
The hell?
Yeah.
On TV?
So, just so that we don't lose the audience here, ideally, you want to look at your environment.
Yeah, look
Right?
at your passions, what you like.
Yeah, and figure out, form, shape. If it's pictures, if it's drawing, if it's, I don't know, something that involves, I don't know.
Expression.
Correct. I agree with that. And maybe hone that. Figure out what the dynamics of that is. I
Yeah.
don't know. Figure out how to break that down and then create it again.
Or to how to expand, because again, back then social media wasn't as widespread as it is now. So it's easy to find a community, right? Or at least somebody who is interested in the same thing you're interested in, right? And oftentimes that person knows more than you,
Yeah.
right? So again, not going off the point, when I was doing art with pencil, that stopped in high school. Right? I've never failed the art class before, ever. But after you leave high school, you find out that drawing with a pencil doesn't really make you money. It's very time consuming, but you don't make money. Right? So I wanted to know how I could get my art from paper to on a computer screen. I was really at a loss how you did that, like cartoons and stuff like that, right? So I still wanted to draw, but I never wanted to draw with pencil. There was nothing, again, I have no idea how you do that, right? No, I found a tablet, that Acer Icona tablet, a 6-inch tablet. Can't forget that tablet. And I researched. Lil Uzi, I think, dropped an album or some artwork. He had purple hair. And it was drawn. I'm like, how did they do that? And I searched Instagram until I found the person who did it. And they said that they use Illustrator. I don't know what Illustrator is. But I went into Play Store, type in Illustrator, and that time it was Adobe Draw. Right? It's Adobe Fresco now.
Okay.
I downloaded it on the tablet. I'm like, oh, I can draw on this. Like, okay, so I was using my finger to draw. And it was cool because, again, that landed me something with Tamale because that's where I draw the stuff with Tamale. I'm like, okay, cool. But that broke. The screen broke. I used to draw it till my finger cut and I bleed. That's how dedicated I was.
Literal blood, sweat, and tears, guys.
Literally.
Yeah.
So that leads me back to Rena. I researched until one day I was on Instagram and I saw Chris Brown drawing Dragon Ball Z on something.
That's ironic.
For those of you who don't know, you know Chris Brown is like
yeah.
a really incredible artist.
Yeah.
He's an artist too. He
Like
draws.
What?
yeah.
He
Paints
draws,
and
he
draws.
paints.
You know, oh, side tangent. You know, some people just have everything.
Yo,
You
we hate him.
You sing, you
Hate
dance.
Chris Brown. Chris Brown is like
You look good,
the man of everything.
and you draw.
Yeah.
I go for him.
Basketball, boxing, everything.
Resin, just chill.
Just chill.
You can't just share somebody with the rest of it. Back to your regularly scheduled program. So, meet Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
you see what he's doing. You see him drawing.
yeah, one of his friends took a video of him drawing, I think it was chunks, on a tablet. I'm like, what is that tablet? I've never seen that tablet before because he had a white pencil. So I was like, what is that? I researched, can't find it. Until this day, I can't find out the post itself. But it burned in my head and I was talking to my sister. She was overseas at the time. And until I randomly, funny enough, saw an advertisement from Apple advertising the 2018 iPad Pro. And they say, designed for artists. I'm like, let me check this out.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Why not?
And I fell down that rabbit hole hard because now I started to discover digital artists. I'm like, oh, that's what it's called, digital art. Art made digital. Like, why didn't I think of that? So that started. And my sister is like, do the research. And I researched and I saw the iPad Pro. And then I saw the Apple Pencil. I was like, oh, that's the white pencil that he had. I'm like, okay, cool. Check the price. Jesus Christ. I never knew a tablet could be that expensive.
That should be a tagline. Check the price.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I never knew that could be like, it was, everything together was like 1,500 US dollars for the tablet
Tablet and pencil.
and the pencil. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Solid investment here.
A pencil is almost $30,000?
That laptop, like powerful laptop.
Yeah.
My sister, I was telling her, I was like, yo, this is expensive. She's like, all right, yeah, shut up. And she bought everything.
Wow.
She bought everything. She came to Jamaica. She dropped it on the desk and say, yo,
See
you
there.
have everything?
Big up,
Let's
sis.
see where that go.
Big up, sis.
Let's
And
see where that goes.
where did that go?
Here.
Awesome.
Right here.
So we're gonna jump track a little bit before we get to interfacing with clients with all of the brands that you work with. Because me and Dwight, well, I'm more curious about the interfacing with clients. Before we get there, I want to tap into the frustration you felt when you were at these jobs. A lot of your work being tied to the company,
But not me.
But not you. Tell me more about that frustration, going through that, knowing that you're spending all of this time, effort, not being paid as much as you want to be for this work. What's that like? Take me through that.
Funny enough, there wasn't a lot of frustration with the company. I actually enjoyed doing the work. Um, but where the frustration or the disgruntledness came was know that they know that you can produce this level of work. No, they always want this level of work. Right? So in my head, I'm like, but you're not paying me for this though. That was like at one point my tagline. You're not paying me for this though. Right? I got hired as a junior graphic designer. I was perfectly fine with that. Because again, getting introduced to this corporate world and stuff like that. Coming from again entrepreneurship, I'm just chilling. I'm underground. I'm chilling. I'm doing my thing. At one point, I never knew you could get paid over $100,000 for a company.
Yeah.
Because in my head, making my own money, I see what it took. So I started to think like, I don't think they're going to have enough money to pay me. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But where it really hit was I did advertisement. Was it Carl's? I think I did an advertisement for Carl's, and the person loved it. They loved it, but my name was not called on it at all.
Wow.
Right? So the ad got a lot of traction,
Yeah.
but it was called under the company's name.
Yeah.
Right? This was done by such and such.
And you were okay with that? You didn't feel
No,
that?
that's where it hit. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
It should be my name, not this company.
Yeah, at least if you're going to say, okay, cool, at least introduce me.
Yeah.
But apparently that was too much. That was too, you see me? I'm like, okay, cool. And then that's where I really got the, in a sense, hype to really start back doing certain things. So, again, my tagline was, you're not paying me for that though. Because again, since I already have that level of experience, in a essence, it's kind of hard to have people wanting to walk over you
Yeah.
without you really saying or doing anything. So that what was it the person said it was? She said that I'm not humble. I got a lot of stuff for standing on business because again, most of those jobs I had to take home and do because the computer at work couldn't manage. You understand? So I had to take them home and do them. So when I'm home 12 a.m., 1 a.m. working, y'all niggas not doing this. I am doing it. And then when I push it off, it's like you're saying like, no, this could be better. No, why don't you change this? Why don't you put this here? And I'm like, you don't even know how to operate the software. Only if you take the check and find out that I'm the only person in the company who can do this. I'm like, And then one day I saw the check of how much they charge to
Right.
get a motion graphic
So
done.
how much did they charge versus how much you didn't get?
How much I didn't even get incentives. I didn't get anything. It was just a regular paycheck.
So I think this is a perfect segue into, speaking of standing on business, this is a perfect segue into carving out a priced identity for yourself.
Yes.
How do you approach that? I know if you can like look to the camera, look to people looking at them soul and describe to them, how is it that you carve out a place for yourself financially with skills that you know that you have?
All right. Again, when it comes to Jamaica, as a creative, there's going to become a point where Jamaicans can't pay you. It's going to get to that point. If you actually really take it serious, it's going to get to a point Jamaicans can't pay you. So you now have to settle for a gap in that essence of where you're comfortable taking a certain pay. So do your research. That's the closest. Go on Google and type in how much to do this, how much to do that. And then, because motion graphics is like $2,000 to all the way up to $50,000
US.
US. I can't tell a client in Jamaica we want $50,000 for an ad.
Or at least you can tell them that, but I don't know if you're gonna.
Exactly. There's a high.
So we are going that.
For real. When I told a client a price and the client said instead of doing the motion graphic, they prefer to just buy the billboards because the money that they're going to spend on the motion graphics, they can get 5 billboards for that. Right? So that's what you have to compete with in Jamaica. And again, Jamaicans, I'm speaking for Jamaicans because I'm Jamaican, they will go through hell and high water to find somebody to do it cheaper. They are going to do that. They will gaslight you into infinity to tell you that where you are charging to make no sense. Even if you have been charging that thing for the whole time. Right? If you need money or you want to try something new, sure, charge cheap. Experiment. Because most of my jobs charge cheap and experiment. Right? You're not going to get this level of work for this level of pay. That's just crazy. Right? So I take the chances to better the craft while still getting paid. Right? While still getting paid. And when you actually get paid now, don't be afraid to negotiate. That's one thing people don't do.
Can you maybe give us an example of
Definitely.
how you've done it, or examples of where you've seen it work
Yeah.
out well for the creative?
Yeah, so not everybody in Jamaica, business wise, is right. Because honestly, it got to a point for me personally, because again, in my head, Jamaicans can't pay me. Until you actually meet a Jamaican that can pay you, then you're like, oh crap. Because you already have the mentality. So some Jamaicans, some businesses that you work with, you will charge cheap and they'll be like, that's all?
Yeah, you leave money on the table.
You're like,
but
you're
they're
leaving money on the
You're
table.
like, what do you mean? Like that?
Yeah.
That's a half overpaid the last guy. You know?
Exactly. And then now you take a stock and you look at what the last guy did and you're like, but we can do better than
Can do
that.
better than that.
Right?
Better than that. Yeah.
So some companies, they will not tell you that, yo, that's too low, you know. They will laugh at you and move on to somebody else. Right?
Because,
Or
I mean, if you're charging so much cheaper than industry, I guess standard rates,
something wrong with you.
then you're a beginner.
You're
Yeah.
a beginner.
Or the conclusion is your work
experience.
isn't as
Yeah,
as
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I mean, because we still associate price with quality to some degree.
Yeah.
Even in the service industry, even the creative industry.
Yep.
So if a production company is out there charging 3-4 times what you're charging, and most of the times, I'm not saying that every company charges the same thing, but the industry kind of has a certain standard rate,
Yeah.
right, to a certain degree. And if you are way below that, then
Something
you're not ready
wrong.
for the big leagues.
So especially if your work is good, but you're cheap. Sometimes it doesn't equate.
So tell me if this works, because I'm always thinking about people who are like me, who's just entering into this space, doing it for fun. Tell me if this works, guys. You have sort of a range. You have a range where you start with a more modest price point that has maybe simple things, maybe one edit, one or a limited number of edits. Then you have a mid tier, and then you have the highest price point that has all the bells and whistles, but that's your top tier full
Package,
your full
everything.
package, and you get
Right.
everything. And the idea, so I've heard, you can tell me again if this works, that you sort of walk the client up that ladder, or
Yeah.
maybe you start with that,
And
and
then
if
you
they're like,
go
no,
down.
no, you still have a mid tier and a lower tier
go down.
to go back to. I don't know if that's something that you guys do or if that works.
Definitely. I did that last week.
Awesome.
I did that last week.
Yeah.
Sales, learn sales.
Yeah.
Learn sales. Again, marketing, build rapport, learn sales. Because again, as you say, you have tiers, right? At one point, I used to just tell them the price. Nothing wrong with just telling the price, but you have to know your client. Some clients, you can't just tell them the price. You can give them a range. Right? So like, boom, photo shoot for NCB. Trey, we need some social media content. We see that you can do illustration. Scotiabank, we see that you can do illustrations. How much is it going to cost? Okay, what's your budget? Do you guys have a budget for this project? Not really. No, I know you have a budget for the project.
Of
Can I
course I have a
have
budget.
the budget? Because if you didn't have a budget, you wouldn't come reach out to me. Because it would sound weird to say, what do you think I should charge you? Because this I know you don't know what you're talking about. Because sales reps and marketing reps, they have a way of looking into your soul. And based on what you say to them, they know exactly how to pinpoint certain stuff. Right? So for me, I don't use the term it's going to cost. It's investment starts at. It's always a starting point. It's never just a full stop.
Yeah.
If I give you a full stop, they can.
No, there's no wiggle room.
There's no
Yeah.
wiggle
Go
room,
up or down.
right? And you can't save yourself. For instance, let's say I'm going to do a video shoot right now, right? I'm going to create reels for a company. My rate would start at $10,000 for a 15-second reel. Cool, budget friendly, cool. But the catch is you have to do at least 2 reels. You can't just do one, right? But at the same time, you have to learn what am I shooting, where am I shooting it, what is going to be included. Is it 1 person, 2 person? Do I need a drone? Am I going to need more than 1 camera? Because guess what? If I tell a client it's going to be $10,000, the day after shoot comes now, or the day before the shoot, Trey, we need a drone shot. Trey, we need an underwater shot. Trey, we need something flying. Trey, we need models. How are you going to now go about saying, okay, it's going to cost this, that, and all, sort of something? You're going to look stupid. And if you actually do it, no, you chart small, and now you're up doing the big work. Now you're miserable.
Yeah.
You're very miserable.
And I don't think people realize how much that comes across in their work. Like when you're not satisfied with what the
Yeah.
client that pay you,
Screw it up.
it don't feel like you add the extra spice, the
Yeah.
extra.
It doesn't look
cinnamon
like
to
your
it.
work.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't look like your work.
What
That's
does that conversation between a client look like when you're discussing what an investment should look like? When they ask you, how much does it cost? And you ask them what their budget is because you know that they have a budget. And then you start possibly walking them up or down the ladder. How do you, what, I don't know, I don't want to ask what the actual words that you say are because I imagine it's different depending on the project you're working on.
Yeah, it's going to be different. But
But what is it that, if you're going to arm people with enough information to walk into these negotiation spaces with, and it's not like a sales course overnight for you guys, but what is it that you should be prepared to think about and say
all right.
when you're having the back and forth?
For me, it's always scope. It's always the scope of the project.
So determine the scope of the project.
That's a must. You have to
Okay.
determine what you're doing. That's where, like, the money is literally what you are doing. Right?
So outline
And
very
the more,
clearly.
The more information you have to arm yourself
Yeah.
with, the better you can give them a more
Accurate. thing.
accurate quote that feels like it's
To
worth
your
it for
thing.
you.
So it's important you impress upon people what it is that you are doing, like what tasks you are.
And also have them understand why you're doing it and what you're doing.
Good point.
Right? Because I can be here for 30 minutes blabbing, say you need a drone shot and we need to use the f1.8 lens, the 70 millimeter, blah, blah, blah.
But if they don't
They
understand,
don't understand that.
then they're
at
probably going
all.
to think the cost is not.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
Because the communication there is blocked. And
Yeah.
communication is basically, if I say something to you, you're supposed to understand it and can say back to me.
Wicked.
That's communication. If I
Awesome.
say something to you, that's just me talking.
All right, so recap, guys. Make sure, guys, like literally write these things down because I don't know if there are people out here giving you this sauce. So, determine what the scope is. Like, determine what it is that you are doing, and you
ensure-
understand what you're
understand
doing.
what you're doing.
Ensure your potential client understands what it is you're doing and why it is that they're paying for. What's the next step? What do you move on to?
That that comes the money.
Okay.
Ensure that you have a contract up.
Okay.
Ready.
And just so you guys know, there was an episode, 2 episodes actually, where me and Dwight sat down and we discussed things like talking to clients, interacting with clients, talking about creating a contract, what that should look like. Tiny little thing like share, subscribe, so more people see this, please. But yeah, what's the sort of thing that you ensure is in your contract?
Yeah, my timeline.
Okay.
Timelines are heavy one and revisions. Because people have a tendency of
About the revision.
if it's up to them to do 10 million revisions, especially if it's big money, they are going to revise the hell to the point that you probably just redo over the whole project. Right?
Okay.
So yeah,
They're going to milk you if you don't have
Yeah,
that
man.
in your terms.
they will like, again, the scope of the project is to be in there. Because I tell you, you will go on a set to do video shoot or videography, and out of nowhere they want you to do photography. Because to some people, once you have a camera, you can take a photo.
Camera is camera,
It's a
right?
camera.
You can do everything when they have camera.
Even if your camera can take photos, I am not here to take photos. Because no, even though I can do both, it's kind of two different. It's not kind of, it is two different things. All right? Especially if your camera is rigged up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
People's
So-
eyes start bulging up their
Yeah,
skulls
man.
and they're like, whoa. Okay.
No, you will be on set, fully rigged out. You don't even have to rigged out. You just look like you're focused shooting, and somebody be like, "Oh, yo, go take a photo." Though. Like I'm shooting. It's video. No, but it's a camera though. No, it's for video.
Yeah, that's why rigging up the camera helps for me.
Yeah, yeah, especially if
Big
you
old
have
Mac
box,
and
Mac boxes.
microphone, pan the
Yeah.
shotgun, everything. I put everything on it to make
Everything.
Somebody come, hey, can I take a picture? No,
Yeah.
it's only take video.
If your
Sorry.
your mics, everything, even if you're not using the mic, just
You know-
put it on it.
I don't know if it's well. It's. I mean, it's our place. We can have this discussion. I've recognized an undertone of perception when it comes to having these types of interactions with clients. Like when they physically see all the gear, everything set up,
They feel more secure.
they're like,
Oh, this guy
Official.
for real.
okay,
It's
This
official.
guy,
you mean
did I
business
pay
now?
this guy enough?
It's official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a very good point you mentioned, Shaquille, because client perception is power.
Yep.
Do you always need a matte box on your camera?
Nope.
No. Do you always need a shotgun mic? No. You
Nope.
need a V mount? No.
Nope.
Do you need all the lights? You
Nope.
probably could get away with one little 60-watt light, but why bring the 500-watt light or the 300-watt light? Why? Because again, client associates size
Yeah.
with cost and value.
No
So
matter
you,
what
you
it
show
is.
up with a bigger gear package. Some of the times I do that just to I don't want to say it's just to impress the client, but it's to impress upon the client that I'm in this business for real. Like
The investments are
yeah,
real.
I made investments into this thing. So when I charge you what I charge you, I'm not just trying to just squeeze you. Or
This is
milk
what
you for
the
everything.
investment looks
this
like.
Is why this is why you pay the big bucks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Because we show up for real.
Okay.
I've seen videographers, music videographers.
What is it with the music video? Jesus,
Go there, Trey. Go there.
we're going there apparently. Yo,
They're different.
what is it?
There's a different breed.
Yeah.
different breed.
Talk about it.
I've seen people shooting videos. They don't even know what log is. They just know to press a card.
Bro.
You can't talk to them about color
I
grading.
think anybody out there in like the comments or if you shoot music videos like professionally, please like tell me,
No, they will tell
convince
you.
me why this
Here.
hate isn't warranted.
It's not
because
even here. It's more like just say really. Like you see a music videographer, they're on top of the world. I don't know if it's because they're associated to the artist or they're in certain environments. They think that we'll make it.
Yeah. Where especially obviously the bigger name artists you shoot,
Yeah.
where you're like, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yo, my nose king bro.
when the dogs them
Yeah.
The dog them
My
a par.
peoples. Right? Mark kicks a skate.
yeah.
Bro, come on.
Okay.
That's cool. Nothing wrong with what you're doing, you know. It's how you bring it off.
Yes, I don't like that, tell Shaquille.
Hey,
Yo, if you're watching last
I'm
episode,
here
Trey,
learning.
Yeah?
I'm here
for real.
I'm just here learning because I'm thankfully we've gotten to a place where we're comfortable talking about clients perception, how you interact with them. How is it that you went about starting how do you say this is Nation
Yeah, it's a nation.
Graphics? Like what was the pivot point
And so,
into starting your own thing? Because now you are at the point where you're frustrated with or let me not say frustrated, but you're at a place where you're working for people and your work is not getting recognized.
okay.
Now you're foraying into your own thing. Like, what's that pivot?
So nation has always been there.
Okay.
The whole time it was there. Nation has been there from the jump. It was Trippy Nation at first. So from the dancing days, all that stuff, it was Trippy Nation. Cool, because Trippy came from me thinking different. I think wild and creative. So people was like, yo, you know you're trippy though. I never knew what that meant. And the Nation now, because I have all these talents, I'm like, yo, all of these come together, we can like build a nation, right? So it was Natiin. It started off Nation at first. Never liked it because that was in existence because nations mean nation, right? So I said I'm going to add a spice to it. And I remember one night I was up drawing, and my dad said, you know that no man is an island in a tree. I'm like, that's why I built a nation. And it started from there. Like me talking back to my father. Like it's like no man is an island. I'm like, well, that's why I built a nation. Right? So nation encapsulated all my so-called friends. So the talents that I had, I taught them. So the money starts split. So if somebody needed a flyer for a party, I would design it, but my other friend would print it. So I learned printing to teach my friend. One source of income. If somebody needed video, we never had cameras, we had phones. They worked because Facebook was it. But then you can shoot the videos or the funeral or the wedding with the phone. One of us can edit it. I know how to edit, I know how to shoot. So while one is out shooting, one is home editing. Cool. So that's how Nation itself came about.
Okay.
Right? And then going forward now, I changed it and put the I. So you have Nation. Right? So it's me, myself, and I, basically.
I
Right?
see. Because I was looking at the graphic, and I was like, did he spell it wrong, or is that intentional?
No, that's intentional.
Okay.
So it's different. I'm not going to say if or but. I promise you, you've never seen Nation spelled that way before.
Right. So
Never.
what's the plan moving forward? What's a 5 year, if Trey 5 years from now comes back and tells you all the things that he achieved, what would he tell you?
He asked me that question sometime about a month ago.
Yeah.
I told him more than likely I'll be dead. It's crazy.
Let's hope. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
What's wrong
It's
with this man?
crazy. It's crazy, but stuff are attached to why I said that, but
Yeah.
crazy. But what we're looking at right now, we're looking for the X6Ms.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going the Porsche Taycan already. So we're moving up to the X6M and GLEs. We have the marketing agency already, which everything is under. So now it's Nation Studios. So all three of these are under Nation Studios. That's been registered and everything. But I'm saying we, like there's more people, it's just me. We we are going to really be on a pivot.
Okay.
And hopefully I'm not in Jamaica. Right? Because to make this thing grow, I'm going to need to be.
International. You need to be
Yeah.
in.
It's already international to some extent, but again, very low key. As I said, this is like 3 weeks ago. My face hasn't been in a camera in over 7-8 years.
Wow. I'm glad that we can get to be a part of this journey
Right.
from WWE
To
all the
now.
way to the GLE.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
going for the 60
Yeah.
cheers.
From WWE
Yeah,
to
man.
the GLE. So
I have to shout out Spark Series, Jerome.
Yeah.
Have to.
Yeah.
It's a must. Because I was nosy. I saw them advertising the Spark Series. My plan personally for this year was that I'm going to be coming back on scene because I bought my cameras and everything from last year. I'm like, yo, I need to come back on scene. My
so
sister.
people can expect to see like more of you.
Oh,
More.
definitely.
Okay.
If you're not going to see me, you're definitely seeing the logo.
Seeing the work.
For sure.
For sure.
So,
So make sure you guys go on.
Yeah.
You follow him. You follow what he's doing. You follow the work. Make sure you follow us.
yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Like, we need to grow this thing so we can
For
talk
sure,
to more
for
people.
sure.
More is Mukas?
All right. Make we wrap up with a bit rate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What we're rating?
We rate stuff, right?
Yes.
And we call it the bit rate because that's the name of the podcast. So, scale of 1 to 10. Rate After Effects versus
10.
Fusion.
10. Fusion can't compete.
After Effects.
After Effects.
All right. All right. Next. Rate a MacBook for editing versus
Windows.
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 I knew you'd say that.
Windows. For
Yeah,
sure.
because you see the man.
Windows.
You see the man with this big beast.
Yeah, I
Big
love.
old-
The man literally have an
Windows.
exhaust
What's
pipe.
the Ace of-
I don't know. It's a Lenovo Legion.
Oh, the Legion.
The man
Yeah.
have an exhaust pipe for the
Yeah.
thing.
Me tell you, all
Yeah,
it need, all
four,
it need
actually.
is 2 wings for take off.
Yeah.
Take off.
Me tell you.
Yeah, man. 4.
Bro, I had an Alienware.
Been there.
I had an Alienware, and let me tell you, say, you cannot do nothing,
Nothing.
quietly.
Yeah, spaceship.
Fan speed,
Just by starting it up.
buck always.
take
Just
off.
I send one email and fan speed buck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I love my Windows. I'm going to get back a MacBook Pro, but because of the M chip and whatever. But right
Bro,
now,
do it.
I'm going.
I'm telling you.
Bro,
must say,
I
Come
spec-
to the dark
I'm
side.
saying it like Apple going pay me a commission or
Must
something.
say,
Like, do
tell
it.
you.
You'll never go back. Your life will never.
I had a
change.
MacBook before.
No, I'm telling you.
I've been
M-series
there.
MacBook is like you've never had.
He's defending
Yeah.
it hard.
My my preference is an iPad. Out of everything that Apple sells, iPad.
Guys,
You
you
can't
can't
compete.
You
That's-
can't see this right now.
You
Dwight,
talk about tablet, you cannot compete.
guys, you
Hey.
cannot see this right now. Dwight
iPad.
is so disappointed behind. You should see the man's face.
Yo,
Hey, I downloaded DaVinci Resolve on the iPad, connected that to my display, connected my MX
Yeah, all
Master
that work. Yeah,
and my keyboard.
smooth.
I'm
clean.
good.
Yeah.
I'm good because it's just like a Mac Mini in a sense,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Especially now with the iPad OS 16, it's basically a
Yeah,
Mac.
because they kind of
Integrated, yeah.
Yeah.
With
So,
So-
you can like run in the background. you
all
can
of that stuff.
Export in the background.
And it has the M chip, so
Yeah.
the speed
yeah, it's
comes
like
with it.
M3 in the latest iPad?
M4, I think.
M4?
M4.
Bro, it's like what can you
Not do.
edit?
Exactly.
What can you not do? Yeah.
So it's between CapCut is definitely lit. I don't care. Nobody
It's-
wants to say.
it's very
I was going
underrated.
to ask you now to rate CapCut.
Okay, so rating it.
CapCut between CapCut,
And DaVinci.
DaVinci, and
After Effects.
well, Adobe one name.
Yeah, don't leave it at that. Adobe one name. Yeah, we're not deal with Premiere Pro. None
Pro,
at
that's it.
We're not deal with that. No. Premiere Pro has caused me literal
Trauma, bro.
Pain.
Heart pain.
trauma. Mr. Real trauma,
Crash.
me I talk about like curl up in our corner almost. Like
January.
cry.
The
trauma.
man- this man just aged 2 years in front of what the man.
No, for real. No,
Bro,
for real.
alright, let me tell you.
For
The other
real.
day we were at the Spark series, and I don't remember the guy who was doing like the recap videos, and man, I edit and in a DaVinci, right, and light go boom, and he made it on a Mac Mini, so light gone,
Yeah, that lock
shut
off.
down, right. The man said, "Oh God, no!" And
Trauma.
then turn on back the camera,
DaVinci.
turn on back the laptop or whatever. Open DaVinci, and he only like lost maybe the last 2 edits that he
Literally, because it saves.
right? You know, if that was Premiere Pro,
Done.
you're done.
Not
Start
even the
over.
beginning. Not even
Start
the beginning.
over, brother.
Not even the beginning. It deletes everything.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
DaVinci right now. I'm getting into CapCut. I realize CapCut have some.
Yeah,
Wow.
CapCut.
Yeah,
No, CapCut is
yeah.
fire. Like
Shakila sell me on CapCut.
Yeah.
You sold me on CapCut.
no, it's
the
with
last
the
version.
with the video. He's the
Alright.
person that was in that video, right?
What video?
We did a video with CapCut that we did a roll label thing.
That was
yeah,
you. Okay,
that was him,
okay.
right? And that was shot on the S23 Ultra and edited
Yeah.
in CapCut,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
On the phone?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ask him. I barely use the camera to shoot videos
guys-
unless I need to.
bro.
I'm talking to the people. I'm real quick. Where's my camera, guys? If you feel we are in an age now where these things are so accessible, the stuff in your, pocket,
Yeah.
and where you can download on your phone
Yeah.
can do amazing things.
stuff.
Stop it, no? Stop
So
it.
you don't necessarily have to
Stop
start.
Thousands of dollars I spend on camera. Stop it.
What?
Don't
This
tell
is like
people
what 2,500 US right here.
Right here, so
And
right.
that's
Another
just the body.
No, don't do that.
That's just that's
Don't tell me no
5,000
more no
US dollars.
iPhone raw.
No,
Flores.
as a starting place to preserve Dwight's sanity.
Yeah.
You can start there.
You can start and you can
Obviously,
create
you can-
amazing
Yeah,
stuff.
make sure you say that.
Yeah,
Start.
obviously you can go from there. But what I'm saying is,
Bro,
there's-
I have a job tomorrow, see? And no, legit. The client wanted to tell them doing this event thing, and they wanted to do some testimonials. But the space that they're doing the event, they can't do that. They can't do the interview testimonial type things in the same place. So they're saying, all right, let's go outside because you have a nice serene thing. And I'm like, dang it. I'm like, if I bring my camera,
Pop
you
down.
have to think about the exposure of the face versus the
Yeah,
exposure of the
background.
The background I got blown out and
ND
the face
filters.
and the NT filter. I have to think about reflector. And like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I use my iPhone.
It's a phone, yeah. Just get a little mic. Mine is the Hollyland. That I'm a diehard Hollyland.
Yeah.
fan.
By the way, I just
Fully.
told you this.
Fully.
DJI coming out with
Yeah,
something
man.
on
Yeah, but see,
28th.
this morning.
I'm like a DJI fanboy. They need to pay me
Yes.
commissioner.
So-
Something.
Yeah, we need to work on that as well and getting brandies because I've gotten so much calls, emails from people overseas, but
Yeah.
so far that I'm in Jamaica,
yeah.
I can't get no brand deals.
No, guys out here getting them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My
but their
boy,
thing
Kim Style, Kim's
and
get them. Davy Fresh get them.
exactly. But they're
Pedro.
not. They're Pedro. I know
Pedro,
Pedro
yeah.
get his.
Yeah. So we need to figure out what them are do.
Yeah, what them-
I asked Pedro. Pedro, how do you go about getting these people to reach out to you?
Yeah.
Do you know what the advice Pedro gave me?
What?
Listen closely. Now. Just post your content.
Post. Don't overthink. Use your phone. You don't need to pull out the $2,500 camera.
Yeah.
Just post your content.
Yeah. Is that our rating? We're done
Yeah.
with the rating?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you can, this was a massively helpful, in my opinion at least, a massively helpful conversation. What's your final words, your parting words for people out there beyond the fact that they're going to see you more often, they're going to see the brand, they're going to see you working. Are there any words of wisdom you can give that we haven't already shared before?
Stay on your sidewalk. Yeah.
Yeah. Stay on
have-
your sidewalk, guys.
I have this thing that's called sidewalk activities. I'm always coming up with some weird stuff. I have nights at Nation and I have sidewalk activities. Currently, sidewalk activities, just like a sidewalk, you stay off the main road, take your time, do what you do. Because once you're in the main road, people always want to kill you for some reason. They want to. There's always obstruction.
Someone wants to run you over.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're on your sidewalk, you're focused on where you're going, you have your time to think. Yes, and just anything you're doing. Life is not hard. The things in life makes life hard. Right? So if you have a goal that you're pursuing, just pursue the goal. It's there for a reason. Somebody else there wants to be a chef, somebody wants to be a singer, somebody wants to be a dancer or something. God gave you that initiative for a reason. All right. So just lock in and get it done, to be honest. The longer you take to do it, the more annoying it's going to be. I
Yeah.
can tell you that. Especially if you actually have the talent behind it, it's going to be very annoying and you're going to feel out of place. That's one of the wake up calls you're going to feel out of place. Right? Somebody said the other day, I'm too creative for a 9 to 5. 9 to 5 to me is free money, to be honest. Because if I'm at a 9 to 5, doing what I'm doing, it's free money. It just comes with the people above you. I tell you if you don't answer, but it's still free money because
It's at least a floor.
it's a floor.
Yeah.
You understand?
And
You
then you
take
can
that
build the
floor
ladder up.
and you invest. Invest. No matter how you get it done, invest. I can't preach on that enough.
Sorry, when you say invest, you mean like invest in a
Stocks and
Sto-
bonds.
even
and
if
bonds?
it's stocks and bonds, because I
Okay.
know a lot of people who don't have talent per se, but they invest in stocks and bonds. Right? Some way, somehow, make money come to you. Be a valuable person. Some way, somehow. Run down the fancy cars and stuff. The cars are dope. Trust me, because as I say, I'm going off a X6M. I may get that, and him want him GLE 63s. I might get that. But at the end of the day, if you're not a person of value, it's like you're asking for a liter of water, but you just have a little cup.
I mean, since you're just throwing cars out there, I just saying like a Ford F-150 Raptor, just throwing that in there.
As my friend said the other day, because he wants to purchase one of those. Those are becoming the Pro Box of Uptown. So I think you want to reconsider that. You will be looked down on.
Wow.
Having a Raptor.
I want a boy tried.
Okay. So I think the nature of this podcast has changed somehow. So on that note, this has been a beefy episode. This has been a lovely conversation. Thank you for
Yes, sir.
rolling through. Ensure that you follow him, you follow us, you keep following everything that we're doing here. And thankfully, we rated something this time. So rate us in the comments. Share what it is that you want to do.
You have anything else you want to read before we go? Because no, we need
I
to go.
think
But
No.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
I think that was the end of that. And until next time, I still don't have an outro. I still don't have an outro. Until next time, just keep rating, keep living, keep yeah. Bye. Peace. All right.
Just rate the bit rate.
Yeah.
And go and create.
go. Not easy. Okay.
Yo.
Okay. It should have boxed me in my face. It should have just boxed me in my face.